So finally, some updates have come from Avengers Doomsday, and there's a slightly shocking rumor that along with Avatar Fire and Ash, we're going to get our first look or teaser for Doomsday. In this teaser, we will mostly see Doctor Doom, along with a few quick glimpses of other universes. But the thing that really makes this stand out is the description of Doctor Doom's body, which is said to be heavily damaged. Because of this, Doom's suit becomes extremely important for him. Now, if you look closely, this draws a parallel with Iron Man. Just like Tony needed the arc reactor, Doom will need his suit. But I feel that where Tony's arc reactor was the source of his power, Doom's suit will not be the source of his power. Instead, it will be used to contain his power. Conveniently, I could just say that the damaged condition of Doom's body could follow the old theory, where just like Doctor Strange possessed the dead body of his own variant, Doctor Doom might possess Earth 616 Tony Stark's body. That is why the Doom we see would look like Tony, and his body would be damaged because we already know what happened to Tony after the snap. Because of this, Doom would need a suit to prevent Tony's body from decaying. So he created a suit that can preserve the body. However, the problem here is, just like Tony, Doom would become heavily dependent on the suit. If the suit were to get destroyed, then Doom could lose. But we know that Doom's plans usually don't have such weaknesses. That's why I think Doom's body itself contains so much power that this armor is required to hold it in, or to keep the surroundings from being destroyed. You can compare this to Thor from Ben 10, who was imprisoned inside a containment suit. And since we are on this point, another possibility appears. Maybe someone else imprisoned Doctor Doom. The symbols of Thor's hammer and Captain Marvel on Doom's armor are not signs of victory, but represent the ruins left after trapping Doom inside that suit. When he travels to another universe and helps that universe's heroes, they will think he is a good person. Then they will free him from that suit. And after that, Doom will reveal his true nature, just like Thor did in Ben 10. However, I think the chances of this happening are low. Now, what I'm about to say next will probably get me roasted in the comments, but I'm not ready to listen because I know it's a fact you can't deny. So guys, in 2015, a very famous movie came out which barely 4.5 people actually watched. Those who did will know there was a version of Doctor Doom in it. And when he leaves the lab and heads toward the portal, he becomes an unstoppable force. Just looking at him killed people instantly, and any attacks made against him were deflected automatically. So imagine if the Doom in Doomsday is that powerful, that no attack works on him, and he goes into each universe and defeats everyone one by one. That would be insanely fun to watch. And after he defeats them all, then Avengers, Fantastic Four, and X-Men will have to team up and form a plan to stop him, and watching that will also be epic. But still, they won't be able to defeat him, because Doom will ultimately trigger Doomsday, after which the multiverse will collapse and Battleworld will be formed. Because this too is part of Doom's grand plan. In fact, Doom will sacrifice his all-powerful form to create Battleworld, similar to how Supreme Strange sacrificed multiple powerful beings. But where Supreme Strange put all his efforts into creating a new universe, and still wasn't part of it, our Doom, not only will he create his universe after the multiverse collapses, but he will merge multiple universes together to form Battleworld. It will have different areas for different types of people, like a zombie zone for zombies, a gamma world for gamma-infected people, and Doom will rule over this place. But because of this sacrifice, Doom, who was once all-powerful, will become weak enough to be defeated in Secret Wars. Now coming back to Doom's damaged body. If a body is not capable of holding too much power, it causes problems for the host itself. This is similar to Jean Grey in the Dark Phoenix movie. Once she becomes the Phoenix host, her body starts getting damaged, and even the physical laws around her start shifting. That's why she leaves Earth and goes away. Anyway, the point is that Doctor Doom needs to be shown so powerful that just looking at him sends chills down your spine, and that after Avengers Doomsday, the villain's ranking has Doom at the very top, just like in the comics. I know you might be wondering, how will Doctor Doom become this powerful? Well, just like Supreme Strange imprisoned multiple powerful beings, Doom 2 will be targeting the most powerful beings across universes. But this Doom is smart. He will take advantage of incursions. Before a universe completely collapses, he will defeat its strongest beings and absorb their powers. Because of this, even the TVA won't know that there is someone in the multiverse who has grown so powerful that he could become a danger to all of existence, who is collecting power during every incursion. That's why Doctor Doom will become an unstoppable force, because he will already contain the abilities of many powerful beings. Now you may ask, if Doom is already so powerful, why does he need to kidnap Franklin? Because he's not kidnapping Franklin for the current timeline, but for Battleworld. When Battleworld forms, the Doom who rules there will be comparatively weaker than the Doomsday version. So he might need power support from others. That's why he will keep Franklin as his own son, so that when he begins to weaken, Franklin can power him up, because in Franklin's eyes, Doom is his father. Apart from that, Doom will also take Susan with him and make her his wife, because no one can provide a better shield than Susan. We've already seen in the MCU how far she can go to protect someone. She even stood up against Galactus. Many people didn't notice that Susan not only pushed Galactus back, but also prevented him from using his powers. That's why Galactus couldn't do anything against the Fantastic Four while being forced back. In fact, there's a good chance that when Doom creates Battleworld, he will keep Galactus like a toy inside his castle, just like in the Secret Wars comics. But here's the difference. In the comics, it was just for show. But in the movie, he might serve as a reminder to Susan and Franklin that Susan's real husband is Reed Richards, because Galactus will have that footage in full Ultra 4K resolution, where the Fantastic Four defeated him together. So you can see how all the dots are connecting. Marvel knows that we have watched Infinity War and Endgame more times than even the editors have, because otherwise they wouldn't have made the mistake of showing two Ant-Man. Anyway, since we've watched those movies so many times, we naturally expect that just like Thanos collected the Infinity Stones to become all-powerful, Doom 2 will collect the 10 rings and Kamala's bangles to power himself up. But this is where Marvel may surprise us, by showing that Doom is already so powerful that he doesn't need to collect anything. Instead, he actually needs armor to limit or contain his power, and we've already seen hints of this. But all of this is just my theory. The truth will only be revealed in the movie. Tell me in the comments, what kind of Doctor Doom do you want to see in Avengers Doomsday? Do you want to see an ultra-powerful Doom before whom even the heroes can't hold their ground, except characters like Loki, Thor, or Doctor Strange? Or do you want a story where Doom gradually becomes stronger, like Thanos, giving our heroes a chance to injure him little by little? Anyone who has seen or read Doom's legacy knows that Doom has always been so powerful that his technology felt like magic. So tell me in the comments, do you want to see a weaker Doom who becomes a hero only because of his suit, or a Doom who is so powerful even without his armor that he can stand against characters like Thor and Loki? See you in a new video to discuss something exciting. Until then, bye-bye.